So, the first weekend for the Battlefield 6 beta being available is coming to a close in the next few hours, and I just want to say this has been a breath of fresh air. The game has been a lot of fun, but the only downside from me is the date that they decided to choose to release this beta. Same weekend as the release for Season 3.5 for Marvel Rivals, and a little niche thing, but I was also excited for this, was the Digimon mobile game closed beta. I was really excited for that. Unfortunately, I didn't get in, so it's not the worst, but anyways, it's been a busy weekend for some gamers, and as I said, it's been fantastic. So, the bottom line is this game fun? And all I can say is yes, this game has been a lot of fun with a few hiccups here and there, but all in all, I was one of those people that said don't pre-order this game, and after playing this game for the past 2 days, all I can say is that I'm probably going to pre-order it. So, when you play a Battlefield game, one of the things that comes up is the classes, and I am so happy to see that the classes have returned just like how they have in the past. Recon, Engineer, Medic, and also the Assault class. Now, there have been some changes with the class system, and one of them is something that a lot of people have been talking about with the open weapon system, which I'm personally not a fan of. I prefer having specific weapons for specific classes. That's how I want it, and that's the game mode I primarily played with Conquest closed weapons. But I did play around with open weapons, and it was alright, but again, I prefer the closed weapon system. Now, the open betas maps have been a lot of fun, but with an open snow map and a closed in map being Cairo, that one being my favorite. From what I heard, there is going to be a few maps available at launch, and what I'm hoping for is when future maps are introduced to the game, I don't want them to be paid DLCs because I don't want the player base to be divided. I would rather put money into microtransactions for certain skins and other cosmetics. Now, I'm happy to hear that they have said that they're not going to have ridiculous skins like Nicki Minaj. I'm tired of seeing that in Call of Duty. Beavis and Butthead, Hank Hill, like having all those characters in Call of Duty makes no sense and it kind of ruins the game for me. But hearing that not going to be none of that is something that I'm happy to hear. And also that there are going to be certain cosmetics that you earn by completing challenges. Do you hear that, Halo? You get cosmetics by completing challenges. What a thought. Now, how I feel about the weapons in this game. Every single weapon in this game has been a lot of fun to play with, except for the LMGs. To me, they seemed a little bit underwhelming, but the level of customization was a lot of fun. And I also like the weapon modification system where each modification has a value and you can't reach a certain value instead of the pick 10 system from Call of Duty. Battlefield has always been a beautiful game, and I'm happy to see that trend continue with this game and with the return of the destruction, which has been a little bit absent with the previous Battlefield games. Now, in my opinion, it's going to be hard for this game to beat my favorite Battlefield being Battlefield 4. That game was chef's kiss. Everything of that game was absolutely perfect. But the one thing that's going to give an edge for this game, in my opinion, and it's just something really personal to me, where when I was playing Battlefield 4, I didn't really have too many people to play with, but hearing my friends in the background in Discord be like, I got you, man, or oh my god, there's a tank right there. It's been a blast. And the last Battlefield that I really enjoyed was Battlefield 1. And I played that game for a few years, and it's safe to say that this game, the last few days that I've been playing this game, I've had more fun playing this than Battlefield 1. So they are kicking ass with this game. And I don't think this game is going to kill Call of Duty like a lot of people think it's going to. Call of Duty is still going to sell like crazy. But if they could keep this trend with the quality of the game, listening to player feedback, I think this game will at some point overtake Call of Duty. Not to mention there's one thing that I'm so excited about that's not in this beta, but it's going to be released when the game comes out, being the portal system, being able to customize your own maps, which is something I really loved with Halo. It was the main reason why I kept playing Halo for so many years. When I didn't play online, I would just make maps with some friends and we just play those. That was so much fun. And being able to do that with this game is going to shoot it over to the moon. Now, for me, this game is going to be releasing at a busy month. And for me, It's going to be hard for me to have a lot of time to play this game because the same month that this game comes out, we have Digimon Time Strangers, which is a game I'm really excited for, and a game that up until this point was a contender for Game of the Year for me, being Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is going to be fantastic, and when the game had its beta, I thought it was ready to launch as is. The same way how I feel about this game. So these two competing for my time is going to be a struggle for me choosing where to spend my time on. And the biggest thing that I'm hoping for when this game releases is to have a stable launch. Currently, the game has been fine during these open beta, has had hundreds of thousands of players, and I've had very few issues with the game. I've had some UI stuff where UI is just completely missing, and when I watch a helicopter fly above me, the blades aren't moving, which I always find funny. But when the game releases, it really needs to have a stable launch. It cannot have the broken messes like most Battlefield games have had in recent years. And one of the other things I think that they need to work on, it's very minor, it's the firing range. The firing range, in my opinion, needs a little bit of work because when I click to go to the firing range, I don't have my full loadout. I only have the weapon that I am currently looking at, and I would like to have, both weapons now. To be fair, you don't really have too much. You either just have your primary and a single pistol that all classes have. But what I also want is to have a wide variety of weapons. And I know that they're only having a simple amount for us to just play the beta, but I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot more weapons. Maybe something along the lines of Battlefield 4, because again, that game was just perfection. So what do you guys think? Do you think Battlefield 6 is going to kill it this year? Or do you think it's going to fumble? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more gameplay discussions or just my thoughts and opinions, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.